It's more like, how bad do you want this home loan? You might have a higher down payment or higher interest if you.
I got a pre-qualification request for a gentleman with a 580 credit score wanting to buy a $2 million home.
Holy shit.
And I got him 5 lenders that want the deal. Now, it's a 10.99% rate,
That's a high rate.
but he's going to pay off the house in a year or two.
So that goes back to buyer's needs. It's almost like a bridge loan at that point, right?
It's a solution. It's I won't say it's a Band-Aid. It's a solution to a hurdle. If he was to try and do a $2 million loan with any mortgage lender, they're going to tell him to go pound sand.
Was he a Mexican international?
No, he was just he's a businessman here in Texas.
Yeah.
But what happens is he runs his business off his credit cards. So he may spend $100,000 in 1 month and max out every one of his credit cards. Well, that's going to just destroy your credit score.
Yeah, so he has high debts.
And so all of that comes into play, and it killed his score. He doesn't have late payments. That's the funny part.
That's crazy.
It's
Is that part of this? Is that part of why you were able to get him approved, because he did show good history, or does
they're
that
going to
not-
look at everything.
Okay.
They're going to look at the credit report. They're going to look at the bank statements. They're going to look at the deposits. They're going to factor out your expenses. They're going to do, when I say they, the lender, is going to calculate, if I'm making $100,000 a month, they're going to calculate how much of that is actually net income.
by looking at all the bank statements
And that's why they want
the
to look
profit
at
and loss statement,
Correct.
all that stuff.
So, and I can do a profit and loss loan, which is just the
Nice.
CPA writing a letter that says this is their P&L. We can do a loan for that.
How much did this guy had to put down? The guy that you just
He was putting down 30%.
30%. Okay. So yeah, probably anywhere from like 15 to 30%, depending on what type of product you have. But I mean, it just opens up the doors for so many different possibilities.
Yeah, it really does.
If you're making the income, right? More people should know about this.
That goes back to this reason that we're having this conversation.
Yeah.
If a realtor doesn't know and they're only using a mortgage banker, an independent mortgage banker at all of these mortgage companies, they're going to 9 times out of 10 get the answer, no, we can't do it.